Well, welcome back to another ride on the quad. Tonight we are doing the route that I shared last time, but obviously I'm going to show the full route this time. So we're starting off at Hay Road, just outside Yarwell, and this is the first kind of gate that we come across on this route. Just requires a quick open. Got about an hour and a half left of sunlight tonight, so I'm hoping to get this route in, and I'll obviously record as much as I can that my batteries allow. You may have seen in some of the other shots that I actually took some drone footage down here at the weekend, and I'm going to be passing the tree that took out my drone at the weekend as well very shortly. If I recall, it was probably this branch here actually. Yeah, you. And that was the one that it didn't see. Already see my headlights are starting to illuminate the leaves on the floor. This is a bit hard and bumpy, this section. Yeah, you wouldn't want to go much quicker than that. It will shake you off. Duck for the trees. I don't want to give all my secrets away, but there's some awesome blackberry picking down here. It's just the season's just coming to an end now, but get some good ones on this route. In essence, we're heading from Yarwell to Warmington via mostly byways. There's a tiny bit of road between the end of this one. Well, actually, we cross a road, then we come up to some cottages at the end of the next lane, and then you turn left, so there's a bit of road until you get into Warmington. And then the rest of it is green lane up to sort of Polebrook. And then I'll probably do a U-turn there and then go back, probably via Warmington, somewhere like that, and just do a little bit of in reverse. There's a big dip here, just slow down for that one. Whee! Probably should have got fuel on the way tonight, but I was so conscious of how much light's left today that I really was going to try and do without getting fuel. I think I'll be okay. We've got about half a tank. Well, a little bit over half a tank actually. Yeah, so this is the end of this one, and the gate's actually open today, so I imagine the farmer's been down here. But that's nice because that means we don't have to hop off and open it up and close it again. Makes me feel a bit nervous when you come across stuff like that, like a little industrial estate. You feel like you shouldn't be there. Speed bumps. They'd absolutely wreck your car, but on this, you hardly feel it. Obviously I'm respectful. I don't go absolutely hooning over the top of them, but I don't have to slow down to sort of 5 miles an hour like you would in a car. I can sort of cruise over at 15 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. Again, another gate open tonight. Someone's helping us out. There's possibly a dog walker ahead, so I will have to ease up and make sure that he's got his dog, if he does have a dog, that it's under control before I scare it half to death. Oh, looks like he might be on his own. That's okay. We can work it out. It's no major issue. There we are. Are you alright? Have you got any dogs?
Yeah, they're probably in the field. So
oh, okay. I'll keep an eye out then. I didn't know if you're on your own, so.
No, I've got two Labradors, but I'm pretty sure they're in the field.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out, make sure.
Once you get past that gap, they won't be. You'll be fine.
Okay, I'll check. All right, thank you. Have a good evening. Oh, there they are. Thanks. Lovely. Well, that's good. God, I don't know how I'd live with myself if one of those run out in front of you. Right, now this is where it gets fun, because these rivets are pretty deep. You can see, you know, if you went down in one of these in a quad, you're going to struggle to get it out. Almost wanted to go in that one then. You have to straddle them because, as I say, I've fallen in these a few times. And it was a real ball ache trying to get it out on your own anyway. You end up getting all the sort of grass in between the rim and the tyre. I mean, look at this. If you went in these, God. There we go. I think that's the worst of it done. In the wet, this is even more treacherous, because you slide literally down into them. I think that's where I got stuck last time. Look at that deep one. Woo! Yeah. I'm amazed some of the dirt bikes tracks are down in there, because you'd think that the side of the bike would get caught on just how deep they are. Right, there we go. Oh, skills, look at that. Lovely. Some of you may start to recognise, if you have watched the previous video, some of the tracks that are going to come up shortly. Actually, no, I tell a lie, that is where I got stuck last time, because I was probably driving along like this and thought, I'm nattering away, and then I ended up right in there. And that was in the dry, and it was still a pain. You see, this is what I love about quads, is 1 minute you can be on the road and the next minute you're tackling this sort of stuff. And again, yes, it is dry, admittedly, but in the wet it's even more fun than it is now. I mean, I'd come out in any weather. As I proved to myself last year, I went out in -2. It was, I think it was a very, very cold day, one of the coldest days we had last year, and I took my stepdad out and we absolutely froze. And I mean, I had to stop every sort of quarter of a mile and warm my hands up on the engine because we were that cold. I had 2 sets of gloves on. I haven't got the heated grips on this one, and I think on that day I definitely could have done with those. So not something I'm that worried about in terms of paying for, you know. It's a nice to have, but I'm not going to lose sleep over not having it. I just won't take it out when it's that cold again, because it was unreal. I think it took me at least a day to warm up. Probably the same for my stepdad. I know if you spoke to him, he'd tell you about that. He has a good story to tell on that one. Although, I have to say, the coffee we had on that day, I think you could have served it any type of coffee. I mean, I did a special one in like a mocha pot and put it in a flask, but it could have been any coffee on that day. It would have tasted fantastic. It was literally de-icing my insides. So yeah, here's the section I was referring to when I said you might recognise it, because this is where that big mound is that I enjoy having a little ride over. Okie dokie. Looks good to the right and to the left. I'll stand up and you can see, look. Oh yeah! What an awesome way to start a route. Now this is relatively flat, not too bumpy along here, so you can go a little bit quicker, which is always fun. So, fun fact, or let's do a quick quiz then. What do you think the speed limit is on a green lane? Because you need insurance to ride on it, you need tax, you need a licence, you need an MOT, so it must be a road. So what do you think the speed limit is? Yep, well, 50 bonus points to those that got it correct. It is 60 miles an hour. That is obviously a limit, not a target. So I'm doing 20 at the moment, and it feels plenty quick enough for how bouncy this is. Here's a little rut. Oh yeah. It's just the right temperature tonight as well. It's not cold, it's not hot. It's perfect. Woohoo! Oh yes. I have before gone absolutely tanking down here and gone through that a bit quick. I now know to avoid it. So sometimes dog walkers around here, so I'm just going to have a quick look ahead. Nope, looks like we're good. So we go over the river here. Oh, hello squirrel. Can't imagine how old this bridge is. There you go, look. Very aesthetic. Another squirrel. Doggy, so I'm just going to ease up, so gives him time to put his dog on a lead. There we go. There you go. There you are. Thank you. Thanks very much. And what was I just saying about there being dog walkers here? And I usually find that's the case, especially nearer the ends where the gates are, because obviously people leave their cars and then walk the pooches. Right, I think I can get away with opening this one the other way. There we are. Now this is where we're going to hang a left and go through Warmington, and I think the other place I was going to refer to earlier was Fotheringhay. Oops, there we go. Yeah, so looking at my map, we want to go left towards Fotheringhay, look, and then Warmington, and then you can see there's this here, that little green lane there that goes all the way to Ashton, and then Ashton up to Polebrook. Lovely. Check around. Lovely. No one coming out of here. Splendid. Okay. I will probably go quiet now because there's a lot of wind noise. A rather gorgeous place, isn't it? With all those old properties and thatch and stone. Lovely evening. Like I say, it's rather windy. skip and a jump across here. Thank you. Over to Warmington. Look. Sometimes they have a shooting range kind of along here, active. They put flags out. Oh, that dust we're leaving behind us, look. Oh. See, they're filled in some of those whacking great big holes. Such a good bit to come along. It's just a shame it's so short. Yep, there's a little bit more to go, but we can squeeze through here, which is always handy. This is where the rifle range was that I was referring to. camo bed up there. Oh, I fear I might have offended him. He's actually on a motorbike. Well, I'm very sorry, sir. I hope you aren't offended. Only thing is, you have to use the road. I can use the shortcuts. I mean, in all fairness to him, he could come down here and look at it, but I think he's in it for a different game. Just check the GoPro and it looks like it's holding out. Good job, I'm not ticklish, isn't it, with all these? Just not quite wide enough to meet the car tracks that are already there. Bouncy, bouncy. There's been a few repairs here as well. You see, some of the lanes actually get maintained by the likes of the Trail Riders Federation and the Green Lane Association, and they will do work like that to patch big holes that have been caused by lots and lots of vehicles coming through. I haven't seen any signs to say that that's been the case here though. Sometimes they put signs up. Yeah, there's nothing on there. Right, let's have a quick look then. So we can go to Polebrook now. There's a couple of lanes there. They're quite nice actually. There's a big patch, sort of a big patch of green area that you can go to. So that's quite nice. And you can literally go all the way down to Brampton and Thrapston, you see. Yeah, I went all the way down here a few weeks ago with my cousin. It was really good. The trouble is I'm not going to have enough light tonight to get down there. But you get a really nice view from one of the lanes over the A14. So, yeah, I think my best bet is probably... I mean, I'm all the way over here, aren't I? So... and I've got about an hour and 15 minutes of sunlight left. So it might make sense to do this Polebrook one and then just I can always do the Nassington Ford, which is always nice to do, as I say, to clean it off. Not that it's got particularly dirty tonight. Yep, so I'm going to take a left into Polebrook, do these lanes, and then we'll start heading back, I think. can go down that one, but I prefer to go down here. Well, let me know if you're enjoying this type of video or not. I'm intrigued to see how these are landing in the land of YouTube. I did find that there weren't many of these types of videos around. Obviously there's a lot of enduro bikes and motocross bike videos, but I did find that there didn't seem to be anyone doing this type of thing, which surprises me because it's hella fun. And of course, if you want to join me on a ride, let me know as well. I'm based near Peterborough. I am willing to travel around, so if anyone wants to show me the lanes where they are, I'd really appreciate that. Plus, it'd be nice to do somewhere new. Thanks very much. Thank you. Just keep an eye on the mirror there. Okay. So this bit is a little bit tarmac, and then it does turn left, where you will have to open the gate, no doubt. I haven't seen it open yet. Every time I've been down here. It's a short dash across a field, but it's a silage field. Here we are. There you go. What did I say? It would be closed. Try not to trap my finger. Always be good. Might get the drone out actually here. It's a really good spot for it. It's only 40 miles an hour, but it just feels so fast on here. Whee, bouncy, bouncy. See, I really think this one's a bit of a hidden gem because it's got a really nice view all around, and it's just so wide. I think I might get the drone out. all that rattling is the stuff that's in my front box. Alright, let's just do a little UE here. Okay, so the drone's up. It's directly in front of me now. I've just checked on drone assist and UAV assist to make sure that we're able to fly. Just across the right there is where I've just travelled up that tarmac track. There's Polebrook. Okay, so I've just finished the drone sequence and now heading back. There we go. Not the best way to do that. It's certainly been smoother before. Like that. Oh yes, those lights are getting brighter. We've got about 45 minutes left of sunlight, so I can't imagine that I'm going to be back before that. Thankfully, because this guy's in the field, that means that I can go straight out the gate, which is always handy. Of course, you are welcome to join me for the return journey, but we will only be doing the ford, which is the only different part of the journey back. You may have seen it on one of my YouTube shorts. It's not a big ford, but it is deep enough for it to be somewhat entertaining to drive through. And by that I mean I've got to put my legs up. Again, a bit of road riding now, so you have to forgive me for the wind noise. Oh, a bit of active rider weight shifting there. And that's where we went down initially. Typically I don't do that bit again, you know, come back this way, but with the light fading I'm going to have to cut the ride short to try and get back to put my son to bed. Excuse me. That's pretty much 60 just there. And there's a squirrel. Luckily, mate, I'm heading off to the right. So over the repairs. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, they've put a lot of bricks and things in the ground. I think that's to pad it out so they're not as deep, but also to put people off bringing their cars down here because they are pretty devastating for your suspension. You'll notice I'm riding a bit quicker now because I know I've got to get back. It's not unsafe, it's just I'm not taking in the scenery as much as I would be otherwise. I mean, what's that, 25 miles an hour? It's hardly world record braking, is it? Okie dokie, quick right here. It's coming, beautiful. I mean, you've also got to be mindful of noise, right? I mean, yes, we're in the middle of nowhere for the most part, but these places are not going to be used to hearing engines at, well, beyond sunset, I'd imagine, other than the odd tractor. Just see, the nice thing about this route is you can do it on an evening. It takes a couple of hours, 2 hours tops really, 2.5 hours if you want to take it really steady. But you can also extend it, so you can do a whole day if you really wanted to, 5-6 hours, go down to Brampton, come back, stop off in Oundle for lunch, and that route from Peterborough is really nice. And then the other way, the route I'm going to take you on next, is up to Grantham and Belvoir Castle and all around there. Stop for a bite to eat at the engine yard. Now, this will spark a debate in the comments, no doubt, but is it Belvoir or Belvoir? I've heard it said both ways. Oh, so much fun. It is a no-through road if you are not willing to take the byway open to all traffic. Also, the nice thing about doing a route in reverse is you get to see other things that you didn't see the other way. And I didn't really spot this field and this nice property to the left here that I'm definitely not envious of, with all this glorious land around them. Very nice. Now you see there's a dog walker up there. Make sure that whether he's got his lead on or whether he's just tangled up in it or what, I don't know. Okay. We'll just nice slow pass on that one. There you go. Thanks very much. Thank you. Gorgeous doggy. Little puppy. Very sweet. I think it was a Rhodesian Ridgeback, but I may well be wrong. You know what, I don't even think I saw that property on the way in. I must have been completely focused on what's ahead. Okay. I know we've got to go back over the 605. Oh, we can get out just before you, Mr. Jag. The other good thing with having a Can-Am, you know, something that's able to do 60 miles an hour, is that if you do think, right, I'm not going to make it back, or these lanes are too dangerous in the dark, or so on, you can just drive back like a car. You know, you don't have to worry about being confined to slower speeds on the road. Wow, that's sun. Fotheringhay has a pretty unique steeple, doesn't it? Cool, I wouldn't want that thatch bill. Just in two minds as to whether to go that way along the road or to use this trail, but I think I can use this trail and then just turn right before, well, where that hump is. Turn right there and go into Nassington that way. Actually I can, because that's the route I took back on the previous video. Oh yes, the lights are really illuminating dark patches now. And again, the good thing is it's not cooled down too much. I don't anticipate it will cool down that much to the point that I'm actually cold. I have got this jacket on, I've got a jumper underneath and a t-shirt, so I haven't got anything really for the cold weather. Thankfully it's not quite that time of year yet. Right then, Mr. Tractor has just come out of cutting that area. We saw him earlier, didn't we, on the way out, but I think I'll give him a bit of direction here, so that I'm going right, and then I'll have to open this gate up. Oh. There we go. And hopefully it doesn't shut on me. Ha! Perfect. Oh no, it's rolling away. What are we going to do? Oh! God, look at this. It's like GTA style, isn't it? Wowee. I think he was waiting to see if I actually shut the gate or not. Which is fair enough. I mean, I always do. He doesn't know that. Oh. Big stick. I'll tell you what, they do sound like blowouts when you go over them, if you ever had one. But it is just like a big stick that you've just hit. You always second guess, like, oh, was that a blowout? Am I not going to be able to get home? I mean, actually, that brings me on to talking about some of the things that I carry in the back. I know in my other video I discussed some of the sort of exterior accessories, but what's actually in my front box? Well, I've got an air compressor for any tyre issues, I've got a puncture repair kit, I've got a high-vis jacket, I've also got some ratchet straps that I can use to sort of, you know, manipulate the quad out of any situations that may arise. And then I think I've got a tourniquet in case things get really bad. I actually have that in my pocket, not in the quad, because it's no good in the quad if I come off it. Obviously I hope I never have to use it. Just a fun fact for you, or not so fun fact. See, I never really understood the whole sort of motorbike scene when I was younger, like, oh, yes, you get to go really fast, but ultimately you're on a road, so you can't go that quick. And, you know, what's the attraction to it? Well, I've found just the escape is what the attraction is, isn't it? You know, taking you away from work, anything else that's on your mind. So it's nice to have a different focus and something. You know, right now I've got to focus on this. You know, I've got to focus on where I'm going. I can't think about anything else because I don't want to crash and die. So the escape's obviously what the attraction is, and it only took me until, you know, I purchased the quad to realise that. You know, it doesn't have to be a quad, it could be a motorbike or a motocross bike or anything else. If you're doing it like this, then that's the escape, right? But if you're racing them or something else, then you're doing it for some other reason, like competition. This can be quite an adrenaline rush when you're on lanes that are really muddy and you think you're going to get stuck, or you do get stuck, you know, and then you've got to work out how to deal with it. Oh. Whee! Oh yes. Right. All good to go. Sorry for the wind noise. That's pretty disappointing. I don't really want to admit it, but I will. I thought it was a quad friend, and I thought, oh, there's someone out who's got the same idea as me, but no, it was some cyclists. I couldn't see behind the lights, of course, that's why I thought it was a quad. It was the right separation, at least initially, and yeah, had a little bit of a warm feeling come over me. You know, quad friend out there. But maybe another time, eh? So you may recognise this Wood Newton Road from my last video. At this point, I think I was talking about the insurance. I just renewed the insurance on this. The unassuming road that leads to a ford. I actually checked in with dealership the other day to see when I'm next due a service or anything on this, but it's either, I think it's 10, is it 10, no, 200 hours or like 5,000 miles or something ridiculous. But here we are. I think tonight I'll just get off and kind of show you a little bit more than I would usually. Obviously last time I just went straight through it, but that's a pretty nice shot, isn't it? There we have it. That's what we're about to venture into. Right. Legs up, or feet up. Here we go. Oh yes. Oh, it's a bit stinky today. Yeah. There we have it. And this gate's open again. Fantastic. Yeah, so just a reminder on that sign, these lanes are closed from the 1st of October to the last day in April. So I've only got about another 2 weeks before they're closed. Well, I imagine this will probably be the last time that I come this way, because as I say, the next trip I intend to do is the Grantham route. I will of course link to this route in the description, so if you are interested then you can just add that into your OS maps, or insert map app here and you can follow it. Of course, if you do, let me know what you think of it. It's all well and good watching it, but it's a different experience in person, isn't it? One of the ideas I have for future videos is to actually put like a 360 camera behind me, and then essentially you guys can watch as a passenger and then obviously look where you want and everything. And for those that have VR headsets, that would be pretty sweet. I'd love to try that, and by try it I mean get a VR headset and see what it's like, because I think that would be quite a unique oh, if I can get my words out, quite a unique experience. The only downside of this helmet is it slightly squidges your cheeks together, so you end up sort of rubbing your teeth against the inside of your cheek, and you also get a bit of a nasally sounding voice because it sort of pinches your nose where the goggles are. face. But I don't mind sounding like an airline pilot for a bit. Oh yeah. Oh, the gate's open this end today. I don't think that's probably right. Someone's not shut it, have they? Oh yeah. Someone's fly tipped a nice fridge. That's very good of them, isn't it? Such a shame people do that. Now there's not really any benefit to leaving that open, because if there is a tractor or something, they're not going to be able to get through it. And actually, it looks like it doesn't even shut properly at the minute anyway, because it's just falling open. Right, I shall do a quick check of lights. Lovely. Make sure I don't get hit. Super, and then I'm just going to check my main beam as well. Oh, lovely, nice and bright. And I suppose I better check this as well. Meep meep. Lovely job. Okay. Don't want work mode, we want sport mode for the road. Right, quick mirror check. And we're off to the races. Now you're telling me that's legal. Oh dear. I think you'll find, sir, that is a mechanically propelled vehicle that you have made or is intended for the road. Even though it is a push bike, it is now mechanically propelled because you put an engine on it. Where his insurance documents are when he crashes into you at 40 miles an hour or whatever speed he was doing. Not that I'm a cynic. Right, and with that dead squirrel in the road, it's about time to end this video. So first of all, thank you if you've made it this far. Thank you very much for your attention. Please let me know what you think, if you'd be interested in that passenger video. And of course, I will see you next time on the Grantham route. Well, why thank you. Oh, okay. That's a lovely indication, that, isn't it? Fantastic. That really helped. God dear.